the young and the restless spoilers. Tucker had his suspicions about Audra. Something about her behavior had changed, and he couldn't shake the feeling that she was hiding something. Determined to uncover the truth, Tucker decided to follow her, adopting a disguise to avoid detection. One evening, Audra and Nate met at a cozy cafe. They talked for hours, completely unaware of Tucker sitting just a few tables away, disguised with a hat and glasses. His heart pounded as he strained to hear their conversation, every word deepening his dread. The revelation. Audra sighed, her frustration evident. "I'm tired of pretending, Nate. Loving Tucker is exhausting, and it's not what I want. I can't keep living this lie." Nate leaned in, his voice low and soothing. "I know, Audra. We just need to bide our time. Soon, we'll be free from all of this." Tucker's heart sank. The woman he loved, the woman he had sacrificed so much for, was plotting against him. Anger and hurt surged through him, and he couldn't stay hidden any longer. He stood up abruptly, knocking his chair over, and stormed towards their table. The confrontation. "Audra, how could you?" Tucker shouted, his voice echoing through the cafe. "You'll pay for this betrayal." Audra's face paled, shock and guilt flashing across her features. "Tucker, I..." "Save it," Tucker spat. "I heard everything. You were using me, deceiving me. And for what? Him?" He pointed an accusatory finger at Nate. Nate stood up, trying to shield Audra. "Tucker, calm down. Let's talk about this." "Talk?" Tucker's voice was filled with contempt. "There's nothing left to talk about. You two will regret crossing me." The secret affair. As the confrontation ended, Tucker walked out of the cafe, leaving Audra and Nate to face the fallout of their deceit. The revelation of Audra's true nature left Tucker reeling. He had given up so much for her, including his relationship with Ashley. Now, he was left with nothing but regret and anger. Audra and Nate's secret affair had been brewing for months. They had been careful, meeting in secluded places and whispering their plans in hushed tones. Their goal was simple, to undermine Tucker and take over his empire. They had underestimated Tucker's resourcefulness, though, and now their plans were in jeopardy. Tucker's regret. Back at his apartment, Tucker paced restlessly. Memories of Ashley flooded his mind. He had betrayed her, forsaken their love for the allure of Audra. Now, with Audra's betrayal laid bare, he felt the weight of his mistakes. Ashley had been his rock, the woman who truly understood him. She had stood by him through thick and thin, only to be cast aside when Audra entered the picture. Now, as he faced the ruins of his current relationship, Tucker couldn't help but wonder if there was any way to mend what he had broken with Ashley. The path forward. Tucker knew he had to act. Audra and Nate couldn't be allowed to get away with their treachery. But first, he needed to find a way to make things right with Ashley. He had to try, even if it meant facing her wrath and rejection. The reconciliation attempt. Gathering his courage, Tucker went to see Ashley. She was surprised to see him, her expression guarded. "What do you want, Tucker?" "I made a terrible mistake, Ashley," Tucker began, his voice sincere. "I let Audra come between us, and now I've paid the price. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I need you to know that I regret everything." Ashley studied him, her eyes filled with a mix of hurt and curiosity. "Why now, Tucker? Why are you here?" "Because I realized that I threw away the best thing that ever happened to me for a lie," Tucker confessed. "Audra and Nate have been plotting against me, and I was too blind to see it." "I'm sorry, Ashley. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I had to tell you." "A second chance?" Ashley sighed, her anger softening. "Tucker, what you did hurt me deeply. But I can see that you're genuinely sorry. It'll take time for me to trust you again, if ever. But if you're willing to work for it, maybe we can start to rebuild what we lost." Tucker nodded, hope flickering in his eyes. "I'll do whatever it takes, Ashley. I won't make the same mistake twice." The retribution. With Ashley's tentative acceptance, Tucker turned his attention back to Audra and Nate. They had to be dealt with, and he needed to act swiftly. Using his connections and resources, Tucker gathered evidence of their betrayal, preparing to expose them and take back control of his life and his business. Audra and Nate, realizing the extent of Tucker's wrath, began to panic. Their carefully laid plans were unraveling, and they knew they had underestimated him. They tried to cover their tracks, but it was too late. Tucker's evidence was solid, and soon, they found themselves facing legal repercussions.